for you. Dave Aranda with Don.
All right, Coach, some momentum offensively, but defensively, what's the biggest thing you point out to your guys in that locker room?
We got to keep fighting. You know, we're going for it on fourth down, and we're not successful. We're putting in some tough spots. But I think we have to be able to stop the run on 1st and 10. It can't be a 7-yard gain. We're now at 2nd and 3. And so I think offense and defense playing complementary football in the second half can help get this deficit turned down a little bit.
I appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
Mike.
Don, thank you. It's a 24-6 halftime lead for the Bearcats on the Bears. Now time for the Michelin halftime report with Trevor Maddich. Here's Zubin Mehenti.
Mike and Kirk, thank you very much indeed. The Michelin halftime report is underway. BYU found themselves in a hole early, one of 6 major college football teams undefeated entering the week. Rocco Beck and the Cyclones have lost 2 in a row. They come out slinging. This is a 75-yard pitch and catch.
They did a great job game planning during their bye week last week. Beck in the first half had 12 completions to 9 different receivers.
BYU is nothing if not resourceful. On the ground, they tied at 7.
And they want to get the running game established. That's their identity.
No question about it. And then Iowa State feels like they've got the 17-7 edge, make it 17-7. Carson Hansen gives them a 2-score lead, but Bear Bachmeier showing his mettle.
And this is where I thought BYU would have more success. They're starting to get some in the passing game because of injuries in the Iowa State secondary.
24-17 in Ames. This game was delayed a half hour, but finally when it began in Lubbock after the rain subsided, Jacoby Williams making up for lost time, back to the house, and the Red Raiders with a quick start.
Yeah, it's one of 2 reasons, Zubin, that Texas Tech has had such a hot start to the season. One is line of scrimmage and the transfer portal. The other is speed.
No doubt. So Will Hammond is going to be in the game, and Jacoby's going to be on the receiving end of this too. Jacoby's been everywhere, so no Baron Morton, no problem.
But that was an outstanding job by the backup freshman quarterback, Will Hammond. He looked downfield, didn't like what he saw, went right to his outlet.
21-0. They have some college football playoff dreams. They're sitting there with 1 loss in Big 12 play, as is the team dominating today. They're 6-1, but most importantly, undefeated in league play, and it's the Bearcats' defense. We talk all about Sorsby, but it's their defense that really catching you today.
Yeah, statistically, Cincinnati's defense is just average, but Baylor's got a fantastic passing attack, and Cincinnati's defense has shut them down. Sawyer Robertson, the Baylor quarterback, is one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12, and today he's been able to do nothing against the Bearcats.
No question. There you take a look at the top of the Big 12 standings. What's on the line here for BYU? Right now, they're the only undefeated team in league play overall. Mizzou, Vandy, defense has been the story all day. Diego Pavia has done some great things this year. This deflected, tipped, picked, not one of them, and Missouri's going to be in good shape.
Yeah, Pavia has not been able to get anything going. His superpower is converting 3rd downs. They're only 1 of 6 today so far.
But the Missouri offense can't convert much either. Again, it's a defensive struggle. 3-3 early 3rd quarter over on ESPN. On the way, college football's best story just got better in the rain. Get to know the D2 star next.
This halftime report is presented by Michelin, on the road and beyond. Welcome back to the Michelin halftime report.
Quick update here from this Missouri-Vanderbilt game. We show you Bo Perbula getting stopped there on that goal line. He is then going to be taken off on a stretcher. When they got to the tunnel, he was put in a wheelchair. We'll try to get you up to date on his condition. Remember, Sam Horn's already out for the year, so they're going to go to 3rd-string quarterback Matt Zoller. So Mizzou might have lost their top 2 quarterbacks this season. We will keep you up to date. Elsewhere in the SEC, South Carolina and Alabama. And South Carolina's just had one mistake after another, and Alabama is taking advantage.
Their defense is taking advantage, and they need that because the Bama offense is going nowhere against the Gamecock defense.
A lot of people think that Ty Simpson could be a Heisman candidate. Cuevas on the receiving end. Alabama's got the lead. They're just about to start the second half on your local ABC station. Meanwhile, Texas, Mississippi State on the SEC network. Here comes Arch Manning on the previous play. He had connected for a 60-yard gain, and now it's Manning on the keeper.
That's right. That 60-yard gain was a horizontal pass out to the right and all yards after the catch, but he got hammered on this play.
Yep, he'd end up going into the medical tent. Blake Shapen to Sam West. Ring some cowbells.
Bring some cowbell, just deafening there. And right now, Texas is running into a cowbell buzzsaw.
Yeah, and here comes Manning to his favorite target, Parker Livingstone. And remember, Mississippi State playing a couple quarterbacks now. It's Kamario Taylor. Got it. And Mississippi State is hanging in using both Chapin and Taylor. 17-14. They're at the 2-minute timeout in Starkville. Earlier today, Ole Miss and OU in the rain in Norman. Trinidad Chambliss moving the sticks. This is a big, big quarter. Mom loving it.
Yeah, and she should. That's one of the best defenses in the country that's trying to chase her son down.
Yeah, Chambliss to Trace Bruckler. He was great in the fourth after struggling in the fourth last week. Ole Miss outscored OU 9-0 in the quarter that matters.
That's right, and Chambliss has been putting himself in position not just to be in New York, but to possibly win the Heisman. This was a statement game for him.
And what a statement throw to Winston Watkins. And last chance for Mateer in Oklahoma. He's just going to heave this up. And Trev, Ole Miss is just going to bat it down.
That's right. This has been a great performance by the Ole Miss rushing defense, which is supposed to be the weakness of their team. But that was the foundation of their defensive success today.
Speaking of weakness, there are none for Indiana. They defeat UCLA by 50.
They did. I mean, UCLA had a pick six to spot him a touchdown early, and then their offense took off like a rocket ship.
This is the game that's going to raise some eyebrows. USF with the best chance to make the playoff for the group of five entering the day. By the time the day was over, it was the opponent that would stake that claim. Byron Brown puts them up 2 scores. It feels like they're going to roll, but here comes Memphis to rally.
Yeah, Brendan Lewis struggled in the first half. He was on a sore ankle, but in the second half, he was magnificent.
And Memphis, with this catch here, takes the lead. So now USF in the final seconds, great toe drag there with the 1 foot. Nico Gramatica to tie. Remember, he had the game winner against Florida earlier this year. Trev, this is a no-go, and Memphis is now in the driver's seat in the group of 5.
They are. They've got the highest percentage chance to make the playoff out of the group of 5 now with this win.
Yeah, Baylor had nothing going in the first half except this in the final stages of the second quarter to finally get on the board. We're back with more of the Michelin Halftime Report after this. We're back. This was supposed to be the year. Illinois, everybody was talking about, including Trev and I watching this game. Luke Altmaier trying to bring them closer in Seattle.
And trying to keep up in reluctant track meet. Washington's offense been on fire. Altmaier's trying to keep pace.
Yeah, and that actually for a brief moment is going to give Illinois the lead, but Washington's got a great quarterback own. Damon Williams Jr., a little trick play here. Huskies have taken command.
Yeah, when Damon Williams doesn't have the ball in your hand, you tend to exhale, but they exhaled too soon.
Navy is one of those 6 undefeateds entering the week, and they're thinking group of 5 and the playoff. How about a Service Academy making a play about? How about FAU saying not so fast? Veldkamp, Jay-Sean Platt, 7-0 Owls.
Veldkamp, one of the better passers in the nation.
Braxton Woodston, 16 yards, and the midshipmen take the lead.
Yeah, they're well over 200 yards rushing now in the third quarter. Midshipmen are back to basics.
Blake Horvath is something else, pushing himself in, and Navy's got a 21-13 lead. Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Haynes King, what more is there to say?
No, he had 395 total yards. He led Georgia Tech in rushing. When the offense was struggling early, King put it on his back, and then they just ran away with it.
They're undefeated in the ACC. Speaking of 2 ACC teams, wild game here between Virginia and Carolina. Pick it up in overtime. Virginia scores to make it 17-10. Carolina's going to answer thanks to Gio Lopez, to Davion Goss. Now, Carolina's got the lost season. Might as well go for 2. Trev, take us through how close this was for Bill Belichick and company on the 2-point try.
This would be inches away from the game-winning 2-pointer, but I'll tell you, give Virginia's defense credit because they have been winning games for them over the last month by making big stops like this, scoring points on defense, and making critical plays in critical moments.
Back-to-back heartbreaking losses for North Carolina. Cincinnati is rolling. Brendan Sorsby and company are looking to stay undefeated in conference play and move to 7-1 on the season. Second half is next. This has been the Michelin Halftime Report.